Brotherhood's always looking for good tech, if you find any. Hey, good to see you again. Welcome to Fort Atlas. Yep, the Brotherhood renamed it when they turned it into their new headquarters here. They sure did. Trailing a bunch of recruits and new initiates they'd picked up along the way. Quite the sight to see, no lie. I was really glad I had something to show them when they got here. I caught a little flack for using the logo when they arrived, but they were pretty impressed. So much work was already done. The Paladin asked me on the spot if I wanted to make it official as an initiate. I'm not too proud to say I got so excited I barely could say yes. Of course. What'd you want to know? I wasn't sure what to expect, really. I built up a picture of them, reading the old logs from Taggarty's group. This bunch, well, they just marched across the continent, and you can sense the strain. But the resolve in them is like nothing I've ever seen. Paladin Romani, their leader, she's really something. Makes you feel like you're part of a brighter future when she talks to you. Oh, it's an honor. I know that sounds like some recruiting poster nonsense, but really, it is. I finally feel like I'm part of something meaningful. Building a better world alongside other people who've committed their lives to that cause. Sure, sometimes it means doing guard shifts in the rain, but hey, small price to pay for real purpose, right? Well, aside from the initiates and hopefuls they recruited along the way, just 3. I was expecting more, honestly, but Paladin Romani said 3 was plenty to start a new chapter. With the recruits they have already, she's right. What do you need? Looking to sign up? Or just curious? Well, either way, I guess it's not me you want to talk to. Most of the fort's off limits to civilians, but if you're interested, Knight Shin's in charge of the new recruits. He's very serious about protocol and security, so you'll have to speak to him first if you want to get anywhere. Don't worry about the bots. They're working for me.
I have real duties to attend to. The outer perimeter is still unsecured, the provisions aren't properly stowed, and we're awash in hopefuls. I have no time to be babysitting civilians.
Your duties are what I say they are, Knight. Your objections are noted, but this is a direct order from your commanding officer.
Not
Help us put on
now.
a good face for the local people.
Not until these Brotherhood jerks
We just
listen to
moved into their backyard. They're nervous. Show them we mean no harm.
If you insist, Paladin. If there's nothing further, I'll have the completed report on your desk shortly.
I expect nothing less from you. As you worship.
Paladin. If you're here with a request for the Brotherhood, get in line. I don't have time for you right now.
The old world has so much to teach us. Why didn't I see it before?
Knight Daniel Shin, Brotherhood of Steel, 1st Expeditionary Force. We've got important work to do here, so get to the point. Diddy. Initiate Dorsey is supposed to be manning his post at the entrance, not acting as my secretary. Initiate Dorsey is too trusting, but I can't fault his commitment. Perhaps he sees something in you worth our interest. Are you another aspirant to our order?
Keep fighting out there.
If we accept you as an initiate, and that is far from certain, you would be pledging yourself to our order and our cause. Our order exists to locate, secure, and protect dangerous technologies. Humanity cannot be trusted with the means to destroy itself. We will not allow another apocalypse. Wanting isn't enough. And not everyone who shows up looking to join our order is worthy of becoming an initiate. Normally, I'd stick you with the other hopefuls until we decide whether you're worthy. But if you're serious about joining us, you've got good timing. There's something you could do for me that would help the order and demonstrate your qualities as a candidate. We've had a number of civilians show up here at Fort Atlas, asking for one thing or another from the Brotherhood. People are afraid, or want something, or are looking to involve us in local squabbles. Civilian outreach is not my specialty. There's too much left to do to secure this facility. If you're really interested in helping, save my time. Interview the petitioners, find out what they want, and report back to me. To be in the Brotherhood is an honor, and a life of service. If that's truly something you want, start here. Perform this duty well, and we can talk about your future. No. The chain that binds dictates a strict hierarchy of command. And, as the only knight present, the initiates are directly under me. Unless I say so, your contact with the Brotherhood stops here.
I hope I'll get to meet them in person.
My patience is finite, outsider. The specifics of our mission are not for discussion with civilians. We're here under orders from Elder Maxson. Stay out of our way, and we won't have any problems. If we accept you as an initiate, and that is far from certain, you would be pledging yourself to our order and our cause. Our order exists to locate, secure, and protect dangerous technologies. Humanity cannot be trusted with the means to destroy itself. We will not allow another apocalypse. I am not known by my initiates for tolerating foolishness, outsider. Persist in that tone, and you will learn how much less I tolerate it from civilians. Don't just think. Make a decision. Talk to the petitioners, find out what they want, report it to me. Is that clear?
How do I show that I'm fit to be a scribe when I'm put under patrol day and night?
Do this right. Don't make me regret giving you the opportunity. Conduct yourself properly, and we can consider putting you forward as an initiate candidate. I am not a receptionist, civilian. I have actual work to do. Another nuke. We arrived in Appalachia not a moment too
You better have something useful to say to me.
Old world science solved a lot of problems back in the day.
Oh, can't even come to me himself? What, he needs to requisition some more armor power? Keep it cool, Sean. So, what's he gotta say to me? I'm a scavenger mainly. Always been pretty good with a set of tools, so I do all right for myself, scrapping and fixing things. I trade what I find or fix with the folks at Foundation when I need something I can't get otherwise. Mostly, I like to be left alone. The problem is that a couple of these Brotherhood clowns showed up and took a bunch of my stuff at gunpoint. Now I'm a peaceful man. I really am. I sure wasn't equipped to deal with armed thugs requisitioning the little I've managed to put together for myself. Never understood the Raiders. I like the quiet life. I don't need much, and I need trouble less. But after this, oh, I get it. I came here to give the Brotherhood a chance to make things right. Else maybe I go to Crater and start doing things their way. At least they don't pretend to be the good guys. All right. What else did you want?
Everything makes sense now. This is my place.
Don't blow me off like I'm making this up. These people have armor, and they said they were Brotherhood. Sorry I didn't make sure to ask proof when they had me at gunpoint. Listen, I don't have much, but what's mine is mine, and these people took that from me. The Brotherhood pretends like in their name, Raiders don't act like something they're not, and at least the gangs defend their own. Then tell them, and get them to do something about it.
Yes. Something I can help you with? I am waiting to speak with a Brotherhood representative. I have no interest in small talk with strangers.
Does Ad Victorium even mean?
Perhaps I spoke too hastily. I can be rather unthinkingly brusque. Dr. Edgar Blackburn, at your service. Are you working with this Night Shin? What has he said to you?
This place is kind of a dump.
I am sure you have more interesting things to do than listen to a poorly socialized wasteland doctor talk about himself. In short, I trained in multiple specialties before the war, and had a brief career as a research scientist prior to the bombs dropping. Finding myself fortunate enough to survive, I have continued my research, such as it is. Now I focus on the health of the people of Appalachia. Please do not ask not that kind of doctor. I had heard that the Brotherhood possessed advanced technology. As a doctor and a scientist, this was of great interest. My research is always in need of equipment and materials rather difficult to obtain by scavenging and bartering. I came to see if an arrangement could be made, but from what I can see of their operations, they are as yet still in too much disarray. Given the state of my fellow supplicants, I would hypothesize my own. Very well. What did you wish to know? It would be difficult to express it in layman's terms. No offense intended. Of Appalachia. For too long, people have relied on folk remedies and makeshift medicines. The long-term effects of this environment are concerning. Just because the radiation is survivable does not mean it is safe. Their hygiene standards are better than the lot at Crater, but no. I prefer to work in solitude. One day, perhaps, my research will be of benefit to them and all the other people of Appalachia.
It's dragged in.
Very well, then. Perhaps we can be of assistance to one another. Should I?
Well, now look at you. You with these Steel Brother fellas? I've been waiting a good spell to talk to them. Longer than I'd prefer. These Steel types ain't half disorganized right now, it looks like. Heard the news about these fellas and reckoned I'd better go see 'em. Ain't the only one neither, I see.
This better be worth it.
Farming such as it is. Got a patch ain't barely more than scald. But it's mine, and I manage. Well, it's about time. I'd like to die of old age waiting on 'em. Name's Art Knapp. So, what's this Knight fella sent you for?
Military-grade hardware. Common amongst the ones from California.
Got seed in the ground right now. I ain't yet seen a raider willing to scrabble in the soil for seeds, so I reckon it'll get by till I'm back. Ain't much to tell. Been a farmer one way or another, all my life. My daddy before me, and so on. Set up in these parts after I heard it was safe again. Turned out, there's plenty of raiders fixing to take what ain't nailed down. Ain't much use bellyaching about it, but neither am I just gonna roll over and let some bullies take what's mine. A fair trade's what I want. I've heard stories about these Steel types back in the day. They was going around taking things from folks. For the cause, they said. Yeah, like I ain't got much, and I already got to worry about raiders. So, I reckon it's better to make a deal up front. My farm don't produce much, but I got some extra, and I expect they'll have a use for it. In return, I want these Steel boys and girls to keep raiders away from my farm. Heard a lot of noise they was on our side. So, seems fair.
I need to remind Scribe Valdez to retune my power armor.
I'm not going anywhere just yet. Shoot.
The efficiency of Brotherhood response to visitors lacking.
Before they bombed the daylights out of everything, folks used to pay taxes in exchange for the government doing what it was supposed to do. Raiders will just take everything. This is a trade. Fair is fair, and a deal's a deal. I ain't care for people poking their noses into my business, but if a bushel or two to these Brotherhood keeps the raiders away, I can live with it. Could be. Something I can do for you.
You looking at something? Hey. Yeah, you. Who do I need to talk to around here? You know, about the guns? You don't look like one of these Brotherhood yahoos. Name's Tally Lane. What's your deal? I just told you, dummy. Tally Lane. Just, make it in the wasteland, you know? Who, me? Nah. Nah. Cool as a cryo grenade, me. Definitely. Shin? He the scary guy with the stick up his butt? Alright, shoot.
What is it now?
Yeah, that's right. Big shiny guns. Now, all the talk in the area is about these Brotherhood folks with their high-tech toys, and I thought, Tally, you gotta get some of that. For self-defense, of course. Just so me and some of my poor, innocent friends can protect ourselves from all the nasty folks out there. Why not? Hit me. Oh, I'm just a poor country girl, you know? Parents died ages ago, so it's just me and a few friends trying to make our way in the world. It's pretty scary out there. Just a bunch of orphans helping each other out. We're practically just kids. Had to grow up on our own. We'd sure feel a lot safer with some of those high-tech guns these Brotherhood have to scare off all the maniacs out there.
All this concrete, faces like a tomb.
What? Me? A raider? No. A little old me? Don't be silly. Hey, you calling me a liar? I mean, I already told you. My friends and I just need them for self-defense. We'll pay good caps.
Hope this lot's true to their word.
Yeah, whatever. Look what the rad roach dragged in.
Things would be different now if Taggarty's unit had survived.
We're building something big here. Don't get left behind.
Have you finished the task I gave you? Good. Let's get this done. I have the list from their arrival. Give me the high-level overview. The Brotherhood is not a charity, and our mission does not cover providing civilians with equipment to pursue their personal interests, unless the Doctor intends to provide that research to the Brotherhood exclusively, and under our supervision, he will get nothing.
Fort Atlas is in good hands. Knight Shin's trained us well.
Our job is to procure and protect technology, not fund civilian scientists in developing it. If the Doctor's research proves dangerous, then the Brotherhood will take a very pointed interest. Until then, it is his problem. Next report. We are not mercenaries here to serve as guards for anyone with some goods to trade in payment.
We have to cut ourselves. Take the old and forge it anew.
That's irrelevant. The Brotherhood cannot simply be hired out to every farmer and homesteader. We have our own concerns. Enough about that. What's next? No, we are not arms dealers.
Everything make At Victoria.
There was never any circumstance in which I would... But your vigilance is noted. Moving on. Impossible. Whatever happened, it was not us.
Protection. I have everything I need.
That sounds like something Paladin Romani would say. But what he believes is of no concern of ours. Our people did not rob this man. We are not involved, and it should remain that way.
Treated civilian before
That's
it
everything.
became a real problem.
Against my initial judgment, you have shown that you can take orders and make yourself useful for the Brotherhood. You need to lose those soft civilian instincts, but I will make note of your assistance in my report to Paladin Romani. Should you wish to join our ranks, I will not oppose your enlistment. Permission, provisionally, to enter the compound proper. Go to our scribe Valdez. You will need her support as well if you want Paladin. Orders and duty are the lifeblood of the Brotherhood. Consider it us. What I am going to do is make the recommendations I see fit in my report to Paladin Romani. As the commanding officer, the final decisions will be hers. And your concern in the matter ends here.
I hope I'll get to meet them in person someday.
Let me complete my report. If I do not have other pressing duties, then I will consent to your question. Be vigilant, outsider.
I'm never gonna make a name for myself holding down the fort. When do I get to go out and prove my worth?
I am busy, civilian. Raiders causing trouble again. We'll have to do something about them.
We have to cut ourselves free from them to rebuild America. Take the old and forge the new.
I don't suppose you know how to spot weld. Hello, civilian. I don't mean to be rude, but what exactly are you doing up here? Oh, a prospective initiate. The Knight Shin sent you. And I guess we're both in luck. Paladin Romani makes the call on new recruits, but the Knight and I have some influence. It just so happens I'm in need of someone to help me out on a little mission. If you're interested, I can bring you along and put you to work. Do a good job, and I'll send a recommendation your way. How about it? Our new base is littered with old technology, but there's something in particular I want to investigate. It's down in the bowels of this place, a part of Atlas that we've cornered off. I'm not keen on going alone, so I'd like some backup. Well, aren't you the trusting one? I'm Brotherhood. I'll keep my promise. No need to worry about that. Glad we can come to an agreement. Any questions before we start? Great. Unfortunately, I need to finish up a few things here. Head downstairs and I'll meet you in a bit. Something I can help you with? Good, you're here. So, how do you feel about reading comprehension? I was hoping to start out by sweeping the area for documentation left behind from before the war. Are you trying to get on my good side? Because that's how you get on my good side. But enough about that. I'd like to get started. Let's head downstairs and see what we can turn up. This looks like what we need. This must be Dr. Hammond, Atlas's lead scientist. We recovered some of his holotapes and logs in our initial sweep of the area. This tech down here is his handiwork, and he couldn't give it up, even after the war. Here's a document. Here's one. I think this is good. Let's talk for a sec. That should be enough to start. Let me take a look. Atlas decommission report. So the project was in bad shape after all? Oh, I knew it sounded too good to be true. Fascinating. Wow, this is some seriously classified stuff that I just let you read, isn't it? I wasn't supposed to show you any of this. Well, Night Shin did send you, so I guess I can trust you with a little information. There's only so much I can tell you, but I'll share what I feel is relevant. Atlas wasn't exactly an observatory before the war. That was just a front. The military conducted research here. Pretty advanced research. We're down here to investigate and see what's worth salvaging for the Brotherhood. I did ask you to help, after all. It's only fair you're prepared for what you might find. Now, let's follow up on some leads from this report. I'd like to do a quick inspection of some key components that should be nearby. If it's still running, we can do a diagnostics test. That will tell us about some of the less accessible hardware. The report mentioned that the machine's intake pump was under a lot of pressure. Let's find the release valve for that and give it a spin, see what happens. Finally, the lower core on this level should have a wiring box. Why don't we take a glance at that to get an idea of the electrical hookups? The diagnostics test can tell us the state of some key components that we won't be able to test manually. Keep an eye on the state of each component and we'll want to look into them after the initial check. The release valve is an emergency mechanism that can relieve pressure on the intake pipes if they come under stress. If all is well, we'll just be able to turn it and nothing out of the ordinary will happen. Think of the wires like the blood vessels of the machine. Without the electricity running through them, nothing's going to work. We just need to do a little checkup and see what condition they're in. Should be a simple inspection. You can have point, but I'll be looking over your shoulder the whole way. Take note of the details and we'll discuss how it goes after. Interesting. Looks like we've got company. Let's talk. All right, let's go over the inspection results. The diagnostics check revealed some issues. Flux disruption in the induction loop, intake valves ruptured, and the ion focus? All right, let's go over the inspection. The diagnostics check revealed flux disruption in the induction. Misaligned. Problematic to say the least. Next, we have the release valve. That went. Well, what was your assessment? It certainly did. I'm going to mark that down as bad. Last but not least, the wiring. The wires were... Yep. I think the warm reception they gave us also points to that. Okay, well, sorry about the pop quiz. But in general, you're handling yourself well, so far. Nobody does, outside of a classroom. That's why I love to evaluate new prospects this way. If I'm going to recommend you to Paladin Romani, I need to know you're serious. Can you pay attention? Think on your feet? If you can, you are in my favor. If you can't, then, well, maybe I reconsider my recommendation. I'm worried about what our inspection turned up. There are a few parts I'd like to extract and examine in my lab. There's the pressure gauge, the core processor, and the ion focus. They should be upstairs. There's a lot I can learn from examining them if we can pull them out and get them back to my lab in decent condition. I want to take some notes on the core up there, so I'm going to leave the parts removal to you. Each extraction will be a little different, but in general, you'll want to use a light touch. I want the components in good condition, so please be careful. Any questions, or are you ready to get started? You saw what happened when we tested the release valve. I want to examine the stress on the gauge. That could tell us if all that built-up pressure was normal or an anomaly. Oh, and you may have to pry it off, but be careful about it when the time comes. The brain of the machine. It's the component that coordinates all of the others. It should be slotted into a terminal somewhere. May take a little technical know-how to extract, but nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. A very important and technical component. It helps force particles into a beam that the machine could fire to affect the weather. Somehow. Could take a bit of manual dexterity to pry loose without any damage. I'm counting on you. Let's see what you can do.
This is my place, my mission.
I used to work with the folks at Foundation. Hard workers, but I wanted something more than just settling.
How do I show that I'm fully a scribe and I'm on patrol day and night? The settlers, they want to live. They're only looking at the future. We need to understand that the past was wrong. The same mistakes are before. Scorched, raiders, ghouls.
They're building something big here. Don't get left behind.
Thought up there on the machine core. That doesn't sound good. Whatever you did up there, the security system sure didn't like it. Thanks for the backup. I doubt I could have handled that on my own. Now that that's over with, let me take a look at what you've collected. The pressure gauge looks like it's in good condition. The core processor is pristine. Good work on that. The ion focus looks usable. Impressive. The induction coil seems fine. That's a relief. And what is this? Is this ultrasight? Fascinating. This looks like some kind of compact power source. None of the documents, none of the terminals said anything about this. Did this power the whole machine? The fuel of the future. I'd heard the stories, but to think I could hold so much energy in my hands like this? Project Atlas may be beyond our power to repair, but we might have something here. I expected the machine to use a small reactor's worth of energy. They condensed that into a container I can hold in my hands. I could do a lot with this. You were a big help. I'm sure you have what it takes to be an initiate, and soon. Here, take this letter to Paladin Romani. She'll make the final call on letting you into the Brotherhood, but my wreck may tip the scales. I'm going back upstairs to take a look at these components. I need to catalog our findings. If nothing else, this ultrasight battery has piqued my interest. There's a lot I could learn from reverse access to my private terminal, too. It has all the logs we recovered from when we moved in. After what we just went through, I think you deserve to know more about Project Atlas. Take a look if you get some free time. Thanks again, and good luck with the Paladin.
You should get that mutation treated before it becomes a real problem.
I need to remind Scribe Valdez to retune my power over.
Stay on your toes. The wasteland is merciless. Ah, you must be the one I've been hearing about. Paladin Layla Romani. What do you need?
I am a link in the chain that
As a
binds.
paladin, I am the commander of the 1st Expeditionary Force to Appalachia, and by extension, the ranking officer here at Fort Atlas. I've received a report from Knight Shin detailing your assistance in his duties. He has given his approval to your consideration as an initiate. Word around the fort is that you've been working with Scribe Valdez as well. Well, between this and the report I have from Knight Shin, we can discuss you becoming a member of our order. Consider it carefully.
Appalachia think
Do you wish to join our ranks? Membership in the Brotherhood is a commitment to honor, duty, and service. You would begin as an initiate in our ranks. With time and training, you may one day join the Scrolls as a knight or scribe, depending on your aptitudes and choices. On a day-to-day basis, Knight Shin would be your direct superior, you for missions if needed. Both have given their approval to your initiate consideration. Yes. Knight Shin said that your attitude regarding the role of the Brotherhood in relation to the civilian community was questionable. Nonetheless, he felt your intentions were honorable and suitable training would correct any deficiencies. Which means he probably thought I'd like you. That remains to be seen. In short, she thinks you are capable, helpful, and possessed of a higher-than-average technical aptitude. Useful qualities in an initiate candidate. Yes? I know we can seem cold to outsiders, so I'll let that pass. What I want you to understand is that we are committed to helping the people of Appalachia. We want to aid in the restoration of civilization, and you are it.
If I don't sleep tonight, I should be...
With the recommendations of Knight Shin and Scribe Valdez, I'm willing to consider you for membership. But first, I need to see how you handle yourself without direct supervision. In order to be effective in our operations here, we need to establish positive relations with the people of Appalachia. If we make them see us as a benefit, much easier to secure cooperation in the future. We have reports of feral ghoul attacks on traders and travelers in the southwest forest region, indicative of you to clear it out. Your reward is that I consider you worthy to... This is a milk run, perfect for a new recruit. But you're not wrong. We don't know the level of threat. Take this as an additional precaution. Complete this mission satisfactorily, and I will grant you initiate status within the Brotherhood. Yes. We don't know. Our initial reports on the attacks came from a family of farmers, the Putnams, that we passed on the way into the region. I think their sons were rather starstruck when we showed up. I almost expected the older boy to follow us when we left. You should start your search there. They may know more. You can find them at the old Lewis and Sons farming supply. While I'm not in the habit of explaining my priorities to would-be recruits, you may have noticed there's a lot of work to be done here. You doing it accomplishes the mission and adds another member to our ranks. 2 birds, 1 stone. Very well. Do this, and you will be one of us, with all the rights and responsibilities of a full member of the Brotherhood of Steel. Ad Victoriam. You need to understand the past as well, or make the same mistakes going forward.
come back and take a deep breath.
Huh? Whoa, whoa there. Mom, Dad!
Who do you think you are barging in here? George?
Hold it, stranger. No funny moves.
Pretty sure that's my line, Buster. I'm not the one busting in uninvited. Get over here and start talking before George puts some new holes in ya. Now you need to be more careful just waltzing into people's homes. It's a good way to end up with more lead in you than's healthy. I'm Carol Putnam. This my husband, George. Now, won't you tell us why you're barging in here, and maybe we can all be friendly when you're done. No, not all. Just the one can like trouble. Might not be Lewis or Sons, but this here's ours.
But Lewis was a cousin of mine back in the day. God rest his soul. He and his family didn't make it when the bombs fell. We were looking a good place to put down roots when we heard it was safe to come back to West Virginia. I told Carol we ought to see if this place was still here.
Even after all these years, there's enough salvageable tools and such to make starting a farm easier here than your average homestead. Didn't see any point in updating the sign. Those would be them military types in the heavy armor that came through here recently, right? I'm the one that told them about those attacks.
Those Brotherhood guys are so cool. Wait, are you recruiting? I want to sign up.
Their gear was pretty fascinating.
Settle down, boys. The adults is talking. So you want to know about them ghouls? Lord, don't get them started.
Oh, yeah. The lasers, the power armor, they are the coolest thing I have ever seen.
Marty, you barely do your chores now, and you get confused by the generator. What good would you be?
Yeah, well, at least I'm not a shrimp like you.
I can pay you to get these two out of my hair.
George!
I'm just kidding. You boys know we love you.
Now, I don't like it, but they're adults. Or close enough, I guess. And I know they're bound to want to do their own thing. But the farm needs work. We can't do it alone. If one of them wants to go, well now, George and I'll just have to live with it. You ain't taking both of my boys, though.
Ooh, me.
You heard the wife. She says one of them can go, then one can go, I suppose.
Fine by me. Me, George, and the boys. Marty's the overeager one. Colin's the quiet one. I hope I don't need to remind you, we're not defenseless.
There's also the robots outside, of course. I got them helping with the chores.
Nerd.
Boys, knock it off.
So, us, the robots, and the dogs, I guess. And enough firepower to discourage pests. Well, we're getting to be self-sufficient soon. Greenhouse is getting there. George wants to restore the house, but we're fine in here.
The boys are gonna want rooms of their own, dear. Don't act like you wouldn't mind being away from their snoring.
We've got other work needs doing first. Lord, if I can put up with your snoring for 20 years, I can surely deal with them. Can't say for certain. We got a suspicion, though.
A lot of the sightings and attacks have been from folks traveling the highway to Flatwoods. They come out of the hills, northwest of the old creamery.
And the only thing out that way is what's left of the Orwell orchards. Could be the source of the things. You gonna wipe them out when you find them? Aren't you on a mission from the Brotherhood? You're doing it for them, not for us.
She's right, of course, but that doesn't mean we're not grateful for the risk you're taking. Now here, wherever you find ghouls, you're gonna find radiation. Now, we can spare this.
Good to hear.
You'd be doing everybody in the area a favor, that's for sure.
Safe roads means safer traders. Good for everyone. The Brotherhood would definitely be making friends if you pull this off. Not sure. More than a few, less than an army. From what folks have said, if you're going in alone, even a few can swarm you before you even realize what's happening. Be careful out there. Just try not to startle us if you drop by again. George has a hair trigger with that shotgun.
I really would like to join the Brotherhood. I know I'm not as strong as my brother, but you've got to have a need for somebody smart, right? Maybe I'm not, but I'm not cut out to be a farmer either. The Brotherhood has tech, and that's an opportunity to learn. That's all I want. I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be nervous. Won't know until it happens, I suppose. But I'm willing to risk it if it means getting out of here. It is safe. So safe, I'll end up still running this place when I'm old. There's nothing wrong with farming, and I love my parents, but there's so much more out there. Smarter than Marty, anyway. No offense to my brother, but if he can't solve a problem with his muscles, he's stumped. I read anything I can find. Most of the working machinery around the farm is my handiwork. I'm the one who got the bots running. The Brotherhood can't be all brawn and no brains, right? Maybe so, but Marty's right about one thing. The Brotherhood has the coolest tech. It'd be amazing to get to work with it, learn from them. I'm sure this farm isn't the place for me. The Brotherhood could change the world. It's where I belong. Can you make me a recruit? All right, that seems fair enough. I'll do my best to earn that recommendation, I promise. Are you sure about me, though? I know my brother wants this too, and I heard Mom. Only one of us can go. No! I mean, yeah, if you want to. I know it's a big decision for you. I'll be here when you're ready.
You gotta take me with you. I'm ready for this. I just know it. I'll be just like that Night Shin who was here before. I suppose. But where else would I get to wear that totally awesome armor and learn to be as cool as Night Shin? Oh, Mom and Dad are fine here. The farm is their dream, not mine. Besides, the only thing I'm really good for around here is hauling things. I can't grow anything to save my life. I know Colin's got the brains, but even I know that's a bad thing for a farmer. Well, no. But I use a rifle sometimes to keep critters away from the crops. One night, I thought I saw a super mutant coming out of the woods, so I shot it. Dad came running because of the noise. It turned out it was just dark and I shot a bush, but I wasn't scared. Heck yes! And Paladin Romani. So cool. Yeah, I asked them a bunch of questions and told them about wanting to leave the farm and everything, and they said I was remarkably keen. I think that means they liked me. I'm strong, I'm fit, and I'm ready to fight. Whatever you need, I'll fight mutants, or ghouls, or raiders, or whatever. Of course. Them showing up is the most exciting thing that's happened to me in, like, ever. I know I sound like a kid asking for a treat, but I mean it. I'll do whatever it takes. Can you really get me in? Oh, sure. Whatever you need. Oh. All right. I'll be here if you change your mind about me joining.
I really would like to join the Brotherhood. I know I'm not as strong as my brother. I'm sure. Can you make me a recruit? Alright, that seems fair enough. I'll do my best to earn that recommendation, I promise. Are you sure about me, though? I know my brother wants it. Really? That's incredible. Thank you! You go on ahead. I need to talk to my folks, and say goodbye, and that kind of thing. You're here. Seemed like this was the place. I had to sneak past everything outside, and then I heard some noises deeper in here, so I just holed up to wait for you. I hope that's okay. Don't worry, I will. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Let's do this. Oh, God. Oh, wow. That was a lot. Yeah, actually, thanks. That was terrifying. I didn't completely lose it, though, and I'm alive, so I guess that's a good sign. Thanks, really. I know how that would have gone if it was just me. Definitely. I might not be the most brave in a fight, but you must need people to keep everything running. And if the occasional moment of terror is the price for getting to work with their tech, I can live with it. I'm still shaking. I'm really a little worried you're so casual about it. I guess I can handle it, but if I have the choice, I'll stick to books and machines, thanks. I will. Thanks again for keeping me alive, as well as giving me this chance. I'll make sure you and the rest of the Brotherhood don't regret it. Be safe out there.
Don't worry about the bots.
We're building something big here. Don't get left behind.
That's what keeps this order together.
Welcome back. Have you completed your assigned mission, candidate? Ah, that explains young Colin Putnam arriving at our doorstep then. Bright kid. I can't say Shin thought much of him, but if he makes it through basic training, I think you found us another scribe. That'll make Valdez happy. I'm very pleased with your initiative. Excellent job. Not only have you achieved everything we set out for you, but you have expanded our order and helped to secure its future in Appalachia. I hereby confer on you the status of probationary initiate in the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm sorry, but we'll have to put the official initiation right on hold. Something's come up, and we need to deal with it right away. If you've got anything else you need to take care of, make it quick. Report to me again when you're ready. Ad Victorium, Initiate. Atlas to go the way of the Defiance. We're here to stay. Hello, Initiate. Congratulations on officially joining our ranks. I apologize that we aren't able to do an official ceremony right now, but as previously stated, something more important has come up. I've been informed that there is an independent settlement that needs our help. A group of Blood Eagle raiders are extorting the villagers and taking their supplies. The village's leader, Jenny Brown, has more information. You can find her at their settlement, a camp made up of tree houses that they call the Retreat.
Now if Taggarty's unit had survived.
We aren't asking the settlement for anything in return. They're going to need their supplies, and our goal is to return them. We need the people of Appalachia to know that we're here to help. Earning favor with the people of this region will benefit us in the long run. That in itself is a reward. But if you happen to get any additional supplies that the Blood Eagles have procured, you can bring them back here. I appreciate your eagerness to help others, but please, call me Paladin Romani.
Disorder is to be expected in a place that lacked Brotherhood oversight for so long. Still, this is...
I trust you're adjusting to service.
Whoa! Did you jump up here? Wait, rat-toad eggs won't explode after they're cooked, right?
I hate this misty, foggy crap.
Looks like it might rain later. You should leave. Sorry. I'm wary of
Miss
outsiders.
Jenny brought us all
But with
together.
Dagger holding us
Nothing will
hostage.
take us apart.
Don't like the fog. Even just a mist makes it harder to see. I wonder what everyone's doing today.
Hello there, stranger. What can I do for you? Oh, my. Well, I was hoping that this all could be solved without violence. But beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. My name is Jenny Brown, and I'm the mama hen of this little family here at the retreat. Lately, my kin have been harassed by a woman named Dagger and her Blood Eagle raiders. She's causing all my people to go hungry and threatening our lives. You should take some time to talk with some of my people. I'm sure they have some useful information about Dagger that they can share with you, you know.
What's that thing, Miss Jenny? You can't always find a perfectly preserved pie. You can always preserve
Right.
perfect...
Let me know if you need anything else, darling.
Miss Jenny brought us all together, and nothing will take us
I should make something sweet to cheer everyone up. We've got flour, sugar... Wait, hey there. Sorry, we're a bit wary of strangers right now. Miss Jenny heard of all the people in Appalachia and thought it would be a good spot for some consistent trading opportunities. We came across all these abandoned tree houses, and it seemed like the perfect place to set up our little haven. It allows us to keep our independence, while still making it easy to trade with the settlers. Mostly. I know that she's got numbers, and she's smart. She's got people tracking our trade routes, and they've been harassing our caravans. It's making the settlers not want to trade with us for fear of losing their own people. I don't blame them either. Dagger's people are making it harder and harder for us to have the supplies when she comes to collect. Honestly, I think she just wants an excuse to kill us off. I believe in you to give that dagger what she deserves.
I never thought I could feel so at home.
Great. Now it's gonna be pouring down rain. I wonder what everyone's doing today. Those Mothman cultists give me the creeps. They're all just crazy.
Y'all ask around. Anyone needs help?
Don't cause any trouble around here. I will be able to find you. Being high up in these trees makes me feel safe. Plus, everyone looks out for each other here. And we do what we can to make the best of it. If you can just help get rid of Dagger, we can go back to living in peace. I should make something sweet to cheer everyone up. My partner and I were holed up in a building when we heard some people come inside and start looking through the place. We were worried that we would have to fight. But instead, Miss Jenny welcomed us into her group with open arms and offered us a place in the family. I went out hunting shortly after one of her weekly collections and tracked her lieutenants to see where her hideout is. I lost their trail and wasn't able to get the exact location, but I do know they're somewhere to the southwest. If you find her, kill her. Her and her damn blood eagles are taking her food, water, stim packs, everything. All in exchange for allowing us to keep our lives. Please, help us give that dagger what she deserves. What's that over there? Sorry, no time to chat.
Horses and barrels in the kitchen. Man's will.
I won't let anyone else in this business. Is it true that strangler vines can grow out at night and wrap around you while you're sleeping? You should ask Miss Jenny. It's just about time to eat.
I thought this high ground would be useful for hunting. The local wildlife learned to watch out for us pretty fast. Forgive any attitudes from us. We've got people hungry here. I was surrounded by a group of vicious mole rats when some members of Miss Jenny's family found me. They saved me. I figured I could use some more protections from all the nastiness of the world. Now we just need to deal with Dagger. Are you kidding me? It's gotta be the coolest digs you can get in the apocalypse. I'm proud to call this place my home and these people my family. Look, I run the storehouse here, and I have to deal with her lieutenants that come to collect every week. Yeah, they have some sort of fancy rocket launcher that would blow this place to smithereens if given the opportunity. Her and those Blood Eagle raiders are definitely too tough for us to handle on our own. Something's gotta be done about her. And I hope you're the one to do it. You go get that dagger and bring me back my Instamash. Please?
Hey, be careful not to fall.
Maybe I'll ask around and see if anyone needs help. Can we trust you?
This place ain't quite Georgia. Humidity's sure trying. I hope you enjoyed getting to know us. We're peaceful people. We don't want to bother or be bothered. So, will you help us?
I wonder what everyone's doing.
Other than she's insane and a menace, she has this loyal group of lieutenants that are willing to protect her with their lives. I'm telling you, if they didn't follow her everywhere she went, I'd have already tried to put her 6 feet under. I'm glad you're able to see how special my people are. Family is the most important thing that you can have, especially in the wasteland. I will do anything that I can to protect mine.
I should make something sweet to cheer everyone's.
Thank you. I knew you'd be as sweet on the inside as you are on the outside. Please be careful. Dagger and her lieutenants are dangerous folk.
Miss Jenny brought us all together, and nothing will take us apart.
I hate this misty, foggy crap. Who goes there?
Attention citizens, nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
when their backs are turned. I swear.
Getting goosebumps. Something's near.
I hate my thoughts. I hate my thoughts. I hate my thoughts.
Well, well, well. I see the Brotherhood has finally sent one of their pawns to retrieve my weapons. Villagers. Because you've impressed me by taking out my crew, I'll allow you to say a few last words. Choose them carefully, kid. The weapons. The crate they came in may have had a Brotherhood of Steel insignia on them. But they're ours now. Don't even think about walking into my place and making to make these weapons from us.
Nothing in this wasteland can bring down Dagger's crew.
Like I said, these weapons don't belong to the Brotherhood anymore. I don't have any of their property. And you can tell those villagers they'll be punished for crying to the Brotherhood of Steel.
Dagger's throne is untouchable.
Well, shit. If there's one thing I value more than my goods, it's my life. Here's the key to some of our stash. Make sure you tell your people to stay out of my business from now on.
Imagine living in a kid's treehouse.
Somebody needs to get me a drink.
Don't think you can screw with us.
Nothing in this wasteland can bring down Dagger's crew.
Dagger's throne is untouchable.
Show your respect to Dagger. Stupid villagers.
Nothing in this wasteland can bring down Dagger's crew.
It's kill or be killed. Exploit or be exploited.
had a chance to pay Dagger a friendly visit. Thank you so much, Sweet Pea. Because of you, my people will no longer go hungry. The Brotherhood has our support and our thanks.
I thought this high ground would be useful for hunting, but the local wildlife learned to watch out for us pretty fast.
Brotherhood's always looking for good tech. If we can find it.
The elders have so much to teach us. I hope I'll get to meet them in person someday.
Our patrol.
I've seen something quite
Attention,
interesting
citizens.
to me about it.
Nuclear strike imminent.
It's not the word.
Please
Concerning,
exit the
yes.
area at your earliest
One
convenience.
moment, Initiate. Night Shin is
Thank
in the
you
middle of
for
his
your
report.
cooperation.
Go on, Shin.
As I was saying, one of our patrols came across a raider storeroom. They were chased out, but not before sighting several crates with the Brotherhood insignia on them.
Those crates are for important assets. We haven't used them since...
Since that battle, let's not waste time with details. Considering the contents, it's imperative that we recover those crates from the raiders.
We have yet to establish a relationship with the people of Crater. It's possible that they are more agreeable than the other raiders we've encountered.
Are you seriously considering the idea of leaving those items in raider hands?
Let's discuss this later. We've kept the Initiate waiting long enough. Were you able to help the people of the retreat? Excellent work, Initiate. You represented the Brotherhood of Steel admirably.
Do you care to explain how you managed to persuade a den of rabid blood eagles?
The Initiate has not done anything to deserve your suspicion, Knight. A resolution without bloodshed is an ideal one. Is there anything else to report? The bar insignia...
If our weapons have spread among multiple groups, that's a serious problem. The Initiate made the right choice in bringing them back to us.
I hope the villagers have other means of defending themselves.
There'd be no need for them to defend themselves, which is exactly why we can't leave those weapons in raider hands.
We obtained them during our journey to unexpected circumstances. Remove them from our possession.
That's all the Initiate needs to know.
I am the one answering questions here, Knight. The Brotherhood say it was then that Knight Connors recruited him into the fold. There have been other incidents since then, but...
This is irrelevant to the mission.
Perhaps you can ask him about it another time.
I'd prefer that you didn't.
Good work, Initiate. You're dismissed.
so much to teach us.